Hey Sense8s, we are back to talk about episode 9, what family actually means, so stay tuned after that opening.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hello everybody, welcome back to AFTERBUZZ TV, the Sense8 after show. I am your host, Alexis Torres. You can find me, sorry, I'm like replaying the scene in my head. If you're not a Winona Earp fan, just look up this, we'll get to it. Anyway, this song is so good.
It's nice.
Sorry, I like lost my train of thought. You guys can find me all over social media at atorres890. Again, I cannot do this show by myself. I've got a lovely panel over here. I've got the handsome Zach on the other end of that panel.
How you doing, guys? My name is Zach Silverman. You can find me all across social media at Zach with a CH Silverman 2 and at my website, thezachsilverman.com.
And the blue streak herself,
what's up?
Kari Lane.
Hey, my name is Kari Lane. You can find me online at Kari D Lane. That's Karidlane. And yes, this is from Winona Earp, and I love this song. So if you like it, it's on YouTube, and I think it's available for iTunes purchase
yes.
on the 30th. So write my story, and I think it's pronounced Oleana, but Olloy and then Anna.
You should look
Let's
it up.
support.
It's a spunky song. I like it.
That's why you can
Get you,
totally
like, in
see
a
a
mood.
Cheer routine.
yeah, you could totally see a cheer routine
okay, now I
happening
see
to
what
this
you're
song.
I'm like trying to like do
No,
little
that's why I was
pom-poms.
only
Not so much.
just doing one of these.
Yeah.
But our other Sense8, Joelle Monique, is not here. She's having some car trouble, so definitely send her your well wishes through Twitter at Joelle Monique or blackgirlnerds.com, where you can find all of her awesome articles there about everything nerdy. Let's get into it, because this episode was a roller coaster of feels,
my God.
emotion, pulling that train, toot toot. It is insane.
Happy,
Yes.
sad, all
It was
over the
a
place.
lot. It was a lot, and there was also a lot of like, as I love it because my awesome Twitter supporters, not followers, sent me really awesome stuff of like, I'm so sorry that you had that this was trigger happy for you. Well, not happy, but you know what I mean. It was very triggering for me with a lot of things, but like, it was not necessary, but it was kind of nice to see how it kind of works with the story. So.
Sure.
Okay.
But I want to know what you guys thought of the episode. What were your initial thoughts of just the episode as a whole before we get into the nitty gritty?
I think it's amazing that it's a show that I can cry happy tears and sad
Oh
tears
my
in the
God,
same
yes.
episode.
Within 45 minutes?
At the start of it, happy, end of it, sad. Yeah, I
Yeah.
have never had such a roller coaster ride in my life with TV shows.
Yeah.
Other
Yeah.
than Game of Thrones, maybe, but that's a different type of
That's
thing.
a different type
Different.
of feel.
Definitely different, yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
definitely a lot of personal stuff too that I'm like,
Ooh, yeah, that's why I was saying, I was just like,
all
you
brave.
cut
Yep,
me, you cut me
yep,
deep, and
yep.
you know. So, just again, welcome if you've never been here before. If you came back, welcome back.
Hello.
So let us get into it. What
Please.
family actually means. Let's start off with Wolfie, because he wasn't really in it that much. Same thing with
Nope.
Sun. Really, we had.
Yeah, brief.
We can talk about Wolfie and Sun kind of together.
their cameos were really good.
No, they were really nice, especially because they were mostly intertwined with Nomi throughout the
Yes.
Yeah.
entire episode, so I'll save their
Yes.
little tidbits towards there. But we
Sure.
had Sun, who started with getting her uniform for her brother's opening party, which I was
Yeah.
like, oh boy. And that was where the wig situation came
Yeah,
in.
someone
We saw
had
the
mentioned pink
wig.
wigs, so we're like,
Oh, yeah, that was 2 episodes ago, I think, right? Or
So-
last episode someone said
I think it was
something.
last episode. Someone
Okay.
pointed out, yeah, no spoilers. We are doing
Please,
this
yeah.
one at a time, and someone's like pink wig, and I'm
wig.
like,
Yeah,
there's
that
no
was
pink wig in
random.
this episode, and we're like,
That makes perfect sense now.
Makes
So
sense.
please, again, if you're new, we are trying to keep everything spoiler free. We only have 2 episodes left, y'all. We can do it, okay? We can do it. Let's just get through these next episodes. Try to keep only episode 9 spoilers. Keep them in this episode, and save 10 and 11 for when we
Yes.
air.
Yes, please.
But yes, we had that, and we got to see that giant, obnoxious poster of her brother just being like, "It's all about
Family
the family,
matters," or
yeah,
whatever
or
it
And he's
said.
by
business."
himself.
and he's like, yeah.
He's by himself.
Yeah, because his
in the
entire
photo.
family is dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, that's all I'm gonna say. And then
Pretty
with
much.
Wolfie, pretty much Felix goes back into the key shop
Yep.
where they're in, and I definitely thought it wasn't Wolfie. I definitely thought it was somebody who was about to.
I was
Oh,
worried
really?
too.
It was dark. It
I
was
had a
dark.
moment, yeah.
You know.
But that's their safe house. That's like where they know to go.
No, but you
But
know
somebody
what?
else knows. Someone probably
They
knows
know
that.
they're friends.
Yeah.
I'm surprised
Yeah.
nobody else cased that place out looking for Wolfie. It's like, you guys know, they're
They got
friends.
sloppy,
It's
the
not,
writers.
Yes, they- I mean,
It's got
I don't
sloppy.
know. I don't know about
Maybe
that.
they didn't get there yet.
Yeah, or they've
Ooh,
already
okay.
been and they just stopped looking at that
Yeah.
point in time. I don't know.
Well,
It's-
maybe they just didn't, because
Yeah.
the first season didn't it get blown up?
Yeah, but
Or-
they repaired it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but maybe they didn't know that they took it over, because now he's running the club.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Could be like a nice little hideout. I don't know.
I mean, I'm
playing
just-
devil's advocate.
I do
Just
like
trying.
that Felix was, at least like
Pissed himself.
When he said India plan, I'm like, wait, he's talked about this? I totally don't remember.
Yeah,
I
I don't remember
I think
that
he
at
might
all.
have mentioned to Felix something about India at one
Yeah.
point, but I don't know about.
I just
out
like
of
they
plan.
came up again though. I was like, what?
Yeah,
Any
so
plan?
I'm
Yes.
hoping that will happen, but I am liking that he's kind of putting that implication that maybe Wolfie should leave
Yeah.
Berlin,
Yeah.
which is insane because I'm like, where are you gonna go? But I like that
India.
also. Yeah, I do like that Felix will support him for that because
Yes.
he's like, when you say things are not good, that something blows up.
Yeah.
People die.
People die.
Yeah, so like because they're such close friends, I like that we're like, so what do you want to do? It's not like
Yeah.
oh man, we're fucked. It's more like a no, we got to figure
the
it out.
plan?
Let's
Yep,
go.
yep.
Do you think he's gonna go to India with him? If they get
God,
to go
I
to
hope
India?
so.
I hope
I
he
hope so.
cannot
I hope so.
stay there.
I don't think
It
he'd
is
go stay
dangerous
by
for him.
himself.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
No.
I mean,
Wolfie's
even,
like his guardian angel.
yeah,
Yeah.
if not, then Felix will have to go on the run somewhere else. Like you have
Yeah.
to separate if that was the case.
It's interesting because he mentioned Fox is calling me like one of your ex-girlfriends, but Fox is kind of the one that implemented all these things. So I'm surprised he isn't using him to get to Wolfie. You know?
I mean, he could be. We have no idea. I just
Yeah.
don't think that Felix is the type of guy to rat Wolfie out in any way, shape, and form. Whether there's money, girls, whatever the hell you want to
Yeah.
call
Yeah.
it. You know?
Thank you, Tim, in the live chat. After season 1, when they sold the first bit of diamonds, they mentioned India.
yes.
Whoa,
Thanks for the
look at
refresher.
that.
Yeah, I knew it was
Recall.
mentioned. I just didn't know
Yeah, I felt
specifically
like,
when it
I don't-
happened.
Nice.
So thank you for that, because I knew it was a plan, and I was just like,
Yeah.
meh. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
But speaking of India, Kala is going through some weird stuff that we can get to because I want to know what your thoughts on our sketchy dude, which I don't really know specifically how to pronounce his name. It's AYJA. So is that
Ajan.
Ajan.
Okay. So we have the talk with her mother, which was really, really nice. I
Yeah.
was a little upset with Kala because she was being a little bit of a judgy lady
With her sister?
because
Having,
the fact that
3
she
babies.
decided to be a mom instead of following her career, her brain career path, which I understand.
But you know what? It's probably much more of her own projection
Yeah,
of
it's coming
herself.
somewhere, definitely.
Oh yeah,
Then-
I know, and I know where it's coming
Yeah.
from. I'm just like, girl, stop it.
It was very out of
Girl.
character
She
for
could
her.
have phrased it
Girl.
better
Yeah.
and felt the same way.
But I also understand from a sister's point of view of just like, oh, she could do so much better. But I also understand, I'm like, you get judged all the time. You should know better
Yeah,
by now.
calm down.
But I'm not
Yeah.
saying that like, oh, you're such a judgy bitch. No, I think Kala has a great place where this judgment is coming from. I
Yeah.
just wish that she could get past that and be like, your sister can also be a smart, brainy person and
Yeah.
also be a mom. Because
Yes,
also, can you
do
imagine if
both.
she homeschools those children?
Oh, some smart little babies
Gonna be
right
some
there.
genius babies, and it's gonna be awesome. But I love that her mother.
I just like the turnaround of like, just wait till you have kids, and she's like,
She can't
Ew.
even picture the thought with their husband.
with
Yeah.
Rajan.
It's
yeah.
it's so interesting.
But I mean, I also don't blame her either because of what's happening, especially with Rajan, which we're gonna get to because. Again, we've been kind of speculating what's going on with him, especially because now we've got Aja coming in, and he drops off a package, which I didn't I didn't think
creepy.
security was gonna go.
sketch.
Why do you think it says
Very
sketchy
sketch.
as fuck up on my notes up there? Because I was like,
Ooh.
it doesn't make sense. He comes there when Rajan's
Totally
not home.
inappropriate.
Yeah.
Obviously he's like, I know neighbors will talk. I'm like, clearly because you're going to a married woman's house,
Yeah.
you're single and dropping her off a gift.
Yep. Which I was worried it was like a bomb.
That's what I said.
Thank you.
I
thought
thought
the
it was
same
a
thing,
bomb, but she shook it.
and I was like,
I don't know if a bomb would do
Still,
that.
you could open it. It could be a different kind of trigger.
Yeah,
It might
I
not
feel-
be like shake. I mean, I don't
It might be
know,
something.
but
Yeah.
maybe
I
something-
feel like ticking or something would be here.
I feel like
not
that's
even,
so
but
such a trope.
Or
I know.
it's incriminating evidence
Yep.
Yeah.
against.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking
Yeah.
the pictures,
Yeah.
lingerie, something that
Something.
would just like
And even
bring it
his
up.
like, yeah, the way you talk to me
Lingerie,
about
though.
my wedding.
I mean, I'm going
I was
out.
gonna- yeah,
I'm
'cause
going
he
out
doesn't
of the
take.
box.
I don't take Raj as an adulterer at all. I feel like it was something with the company, maybe something.
because is
something,
he the one? Is Ajin the one who maybe beat him up?
beat him up.
Maybe, yeah.
I
That's the
mean,
thing,
I'm just saying it could be
but-
anything because the fact
yeah.
that he seems like he's kind of like lustfully looking at her, he could be just making
Even
up some
from- yeah.
weird stuff. I mean, it could also definitely be business related. That's my first thought. I just was like, let's just add in like, hey, your husband, he's a terrible person. Also, here's some lingerie you want to work with.
and they're like, yeah, you know, the way you said you wished I was at your wedding and I just had to get you a gift. I'm like,
Yeah, it's
So
just
creepy.
there's
What?
all the red
Creepy?
flags. There's all the red flags.
I like
that
Red
the
flags from
security
the
was
scene
like-
one.
giving him the stink
yeah,
eye
he
too.
was like,
Yeah.
well, because they like one. Gossip flies. Like that's like one thing. Two,
Oh, yeah.
the fact that he comes over here all the time.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
it's weird. It's
Yeah.
just weird, and I don't know what to think. about him. But speaking of lingerie, I feel like we have a little bit of a live read that also has to do with some undies.
Would you like we could do that now? Yes, we have another live read for MeUndies. MeUndies are simply the softest, most comfortable underwear you'll ever wear. Once you try them, you won't want to wear anything else, unless you're naked or in your swimsuit. For every other second of your life, there's MeUndies. Every pair of MeUndies is sustainably sourced and made from micromodal, a fabric that's 3 times softer than cotton. Because MeUndies comes in all kinds of colors and patterns, and they release a new limited edition pattern each month, they always sell out. This month is a rainbow confetti print called Celebrate. Try MeUndies today. Go get the Celebrate pattern before they are all gone. MeUndies.com/buzz, and you'll save 20% off your first pair. And if you don't love your first pair of MeUndies, they're free. Yep, they are free. That's how confident they are in their products. So get 20% off of your first pair plus shipping at MeUndies.com/buzz right now. That's MeUndies.com/buzz. MeUndies.com/buzz.
Seriously, I want one of these celebration pairs. I saw them and I was like, I want one. So I need to use the code. I keep forgetting.
I was going to say super quick name correction. Ajay, not
Ajay. Thank you. That's why I asked. This is why I asked, because I want to make sure I pronounce it correctly. Because my friend spells her name the same exact way, but it's Asia. Actually, like the country. Yeah. So I was like, meh. So I'm like, I don't know, guys.
Disney Magic agrees with us. The friend was definitely sending off red flags for me when he was introduced.
No, like straight up. I was like,
right in the beginning at the art gallery.
This guy either wants to get in Kala's pants, or he wants the company,
cute
or both.
Mint dress, by the way.
I know.
All her clothes are great, but that dress is super cute.
Yeah, I loved everything. Except for this dude. But Cap, who also wasn't like a huge part of the episode as well, which is totally fine. We were seeing more of his posters and a little bit of his stuff as well,
which was really nice. And his girl working together, organizing it. It's like,
it's so cute.
And then like
he came home late and put the blanket on.
It's so sweet. Precious. And I love that they're like kind of on board now and making it work. I was a little worried about him when he was looking at the other Van Damme DVDs and he's like, what have you done? What did you get me into? And he noticed in the mirror that there were some people following him, which I couldn't tell if at first it was oh my gosh.
That guy from
somebody else?
No. Yeah, from our
no.
I can't remember his name.
I thought he was trying to steal something at first. Like, oh no, you saw me trying to steal something.
No.
I saw the second he was looking. Yeah, it was creepy. He was doing some.
And then the chase scene happened, and then immediately I was like,
that trip with the log.
Yeah. Yes. I was like afraid that maybe like Sutton would have to step in or Wolfgang or something, but I'm glad we didn't have to.
We didn't have to do that. Yeah. He could handle himself.
And we find out because he goes to Silas's home and finds out that there's a bounty on his head, which makes sense.
Between what do you say, a beating and a kidnapping right now, and he's worried. I mean,
it could be worse. Yeah. Murder him in the streets and be like, and we're done.
But I mean, we'll find out because he said what's going to happen at his rally. You know, we'll see how serious.
That's the name of the other.
Superpower. Yeah, thank you. I always forget that because it's not a name that like.
The little thing on his
head. I call him Dreads just because I love the gold in his dreads. I love that. Like I want to call him Golden Dreads all the time. But anyway, so because that's a superpower, human name in my head. But like
he sits down with Silas.
So when Silas
and he's like, I'm gonna marry your mom.
But I love it because Cap looked like he was like in shock, but also happy and like didn't know what to feel at the time, which I was like, yay. No,
it's an honest reaction though. Like.
Especially from what we've gone through with him from season 1 to now, like it's like I don't know.
I don't think he knows how to. He doesn't know how to take it just because of what he proposes, like what his businesses are. Like he even asked that question.
I like that he
was like,
question.
"Are you like happy for me about this because you know it's gonna good for business?" And he's like, "Well, you know, it's for family." And he's like, "We're not."
Also,
and it was both. It was totally both. But he was trying to play to his side.
No, I thought that was a good honest answer. Let's be real.
Look, he is a family man. I mean, he loves his daughter. Oh man,
and I love her too. I think she's a great addition. I love how she's like, so when you become president, will you stop driving the Van Damme? He's like, never. And I was like, yay!
But that was quickly squandered when he's like, you can't drive.
You can't drive.
No, he made an excellent point.
But it makes sense.
Same place, everything. Yeah.
I'm more worried about Joelle or
his friend.
Yeah, his friend.
You think
because involved? I mean, sure, Cap doesn't have to drive Van Damme, but they know they can get to him through him.
That's true.
So again, I don't
Got a
want him to
weakness.
die, y'all. I'm just saying that he is expendable for plot, and I don't like it. But again, we only have 2 episodes left.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a little too much.
Also, I wanted to congratulate, well, not congratulate, but to welcome Jessica Kiekler in the chat. It's her first time live.
Yay!
Welcome. Again, first timers, you're welcome.
We love
if
it.
you're back, welcome back.
Welcome back.
So awesome news, again, because as we're trying to kind of keep with the good news, Leto.
Yes.
That's
We were all
I knew
so
it.
wrong.
I was like, come to
Well,
America.
We
Hollywood.
thought Brazil.
Oh, no,
we
we
wanted
thought
Brazil, but
I
Hollywood.
decided to-
Hollywood.
Finally, like that's
Yes.
the place you go if you want to be an actor.
Yes.
So I love that he was in
That's-
bed watching a movie.
Watching The Graduate.
Yeah, I love
That was
that.
an awesome scene.
Yeah, it made me so happy,
Yeah.
and how he was like, just enjoying. Well, not enjoying it,
No,
but
he
like,
was so sad.
Yeah.
yeah, he was still sad, but like he was watching it all like in the dark and
Yeah.
everything. And Danny comes running in with this script.
No,
Perfect.
Hernando and that
Oh, that
bomb-ass
was-
breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, seriously.
And he's like,
was
I'm
it,
not
it was like pressed,
Like fruit and
Like some sort of-
berries and
like
stuff.
some,
That
like,
just was like,
pressed
that looks
coffee,
really good.
French
Yes.
pressed coffee.
And I really,
So
he was so sweet of the, I'm not trying to tell you to do something, and I'm not,
Yeah.
Especially
you
'cause he
know,
messed up last
supportive.
time.
yeah. I'm here because I love you. You're not alone.
And he's like, I love it because in my
Yeah.
head I was like, well, duh, he's not. Oh, wait, you don't know that. It's
Yeah.
fine. We'll just pass that. It's okay. But I love that Danny didn't care. She just jumped in, was like,
Oh,
you need to read
now.
this. And I love that he was like snot crying, and she pointed that out. She's like, you're snot crying. Like it's a good. And he clearly loved this script.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when she said it was in Hollywood, I was like, okay, how are they gonna do this? How are they gonna set this up?
Oh, she was like,
And Danny's like, I got
That
it.
was
Yes.
amazing. How long did it take her?
It was
less than
an-
58.
Less
actually.
than
Less than
58.
58.
I would say probably around 55.
I thought
Yeah.
that scene was phenomenal. I was like,
amazing.
what is she doing here?
Like
Yeah.
I couldn't even
How
take
is she going to
notes.
do this? Now, question for you. In the beginning of the first season, we had, when they were all introducing and seeing each other, they all spoke their languages.
Yes.
Yeah.
So does Danny speak English? Or was that all to...
Well, I'm
No,
gonna say
true.
that she probably,
I
as an
wanna say
actress,
she-
she probably does.
Okay.
I
So
would
would
say
Leto
that.
speak English as well?
Yeah.
Okay, because I think when he met whomever it was, he was speaking Spanish and another person was speaking whatever. So...
I
well,
mean,
with Bug spoke to him
Oh,
in
yeah,
Spanish.
yeah,
Yeah.
totally. Yes.
Yeah, remember?
Bug was speaking to him in Spanish. It wasn't necessarily Leto choosing to speak Spanish.
yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, again,
I want to say since they're actors, they might
I would
know
hope they would
and
know
they've
something.
I
traveled.
feel like
So-
they can because
Still,
if they
yeah.
have to
It was
travel for
badass for what she did.
and she knew Italian,
exactly,
which
Yeah,
is
okay.
similar to Spanish, but
Yeah.
but still,
Yeah.
the fact that if you want to be a
BS
very
and high.
worldly class actor, it makes sense for you to at least try to learn the basics.
Yeah.
So and
she
I
was
feel like
amazing.
it's fine.
I'll
yeah.
go
Phenomenal.
what I
that?
cannot say your name. Daniela BSing her way into getting their meeting for Leto
Hey man,
gave me
that's
the,
kind of how. That's
Yeah.
why
that's
Leto's
Hollywood,
our liar.
but that's
yeah.
Hollywood for you.
Oh, she
I
did
mean,
it so. And living in Hollywood, I was like, I can buy that. How
I could
she
totally
pitched
buy
it.
that.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
100%. I have done something not nearly as close. I mean, I got ideas going now.
And the fact that,
is
and that's
great.
the
Yeah.
whole point of being an actor is being able to think on your feet.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she did it, and
Makes
I'm
sense why she's at where she is. You
Yeah.
know, it's great.
Totally.
And so it's just really nice. I just loved watching them being kind of like dumbfounded watching Danny do this because I've always known that Danny has always been a strong character, but it really showed how much of a strong female she is. And
We
that she
see
can,
why she's part of this family.
I mean, even if she didn't do this, I wouldn't have
Still.
cared.
Yeah.
I just think that as a female, I think she really put in her her vibrato on
Yeah.
this one of how
and
like,
she's
hey.
like, get in that room and get that
kill
role.
it.
She's like, that's
Get
all
it
I
for us.
want.
Yeah.
Like, even when he's like, oh, I want to pay you back, it's like, no, I want you to get this
Yeah.
role
Yes.
because I know you can do it.
Yeah.
Put in your all.
And then finally, the YouTube video was a benefit to them too. Go on YouTube.
Oh, I know
right
those
now.
views.
Go to the view
Yeah,
account.
look at the
I'll
view
call you
count.
back. Call me back when you've seen it.
She
Yes,
waits
I knew you'd call me
around,
back.
yeah.
Oh,
I'm just
loved
like,
it.
guys, the family is going to Hollywood. It makes me
Yay.
so happy. Like, it's gonna be crazy. I hope that we get to see those in the next 2 episodes. I'm gonna be really
I would
upset.
love to.
Yeah.
We have Renji saying the 58 is the new 69.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I think that's awesome.
I definitely thought that they were gonna have
I
sex
love
after
it.
that. I was
Right?
like, all right, let's reward Danny now.
There was no
And-
sex in this episode.
I mean, there wasn't.
No.
There
There
wasn't
was
sex
no
in
sex.
the in the was there sex in the last week's episode?
Yeah, the swimming pool with
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
Kala.
that was 2 episodes ago.
And then
I'm losing track
like,
of my sex.
I know it. There's
Yes.
so many.
Zelda fan Matt says, I just love these three
Ooh,
together.
love.
Great chemistry.
Nice.
I love your username, by the way.
Yeah, their chemistry together is so great.
Well,
And
that's
yeah,
why-
the Leto and Hernandez sitting there like, yeah, wait, this good? What's going on?
They were, like,
and then
very
impressed,
lost.
Like,
Yeah, it was really nice because especially because their family dynamic is just so
I love
adorbs.
it. It's so good.
I don't even know the word for it, but it's contagious. I feel like it's you know. Anyway, so
You want a family like that.
yeah, and those are best friends that you can never get.
No.
You know,
Yeah.
or maybe you do. I don't know. But anyway, speaking of best friends, Nomi and Needs. This was like the chunk of the episode that really got me of like, yes, we're doing good stuff here. I love the fact that we got to see Nomi's family a little bit more in this one. We already knew that Tegan was already a good advocate for Nomi, but it was really nice to see it on her special day. I definitely was with Nomi on this during the rehearsal dinner as a person who's planning her wedding right now, who's freaking out about rehearsal dinner toasts. Of her being like, you know what, I'm just gonna say I have a headache. I don't want to cause trouble on my sister's big
And then
day.
her mom came up to her, right? Her mom.
Oh,
was just like,
did you see that face?
Yeah.
Like as soon as she like looked at Neets, I was like, oh, this mom is gonna be a
hate her.
problem.
But I am
So
100% with Neets' reaction. Well, you have
have
to do it now.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I thought. As soon as she walked in, I was like, well, she has to do it now. And when she said it, I was like,
Can't back down.
well, no, and it was just nice. And I love that they like, down their champagne and like, oh, let's do this. But I was a little worried because it was kind of cringy for me for a little bit and awkward because she kind of went into
which is interesting because I think was it the 2 episodes before when they went to trying on the dresses.
Yeah.
And they're like, mom or dad said something. You make it always about her, always about you, always about you. And I was like, don't go there. Don't.
I mean, especially because she did, but it made sense.
It went full circle and it was beautiful.
Yeah,
that
and that's
shot with the candle and she's like singing happy birthday.
Oh my gosh. That was it.
That's
for me.
a thing.
That was a weepy mess.
That was awesome.
That was it. I mean, again,
I love that.
I understand
She
because
looked good with bangs.
oh, I know, right? That's what I thought. I was like, wow.
I was like,
Can we bring that back?
Okay.
Darker brunette, too.
I did like that.
Yeah.
I did like
cute.
that her hair was darker. I like. It was hard for me to watch at first because it was just so awkward, and I was like, "Don't make it about yourself. Bring it back to the bride.
Yeah.
Bring it back to the bride."
Really done with this? And then
but again, it
came full circle. Because it painted her sister so well.
It did, and I love that even like her fiance also was just kind of like, "Give us the dirt," but like he could have
welcoming of it.
Yeah, like he could have been a complete tool and been like, "Can you stop now?"
He's from a different generation. I mean, like you could see the levels of like the parents and then like the grandparents that are around. They're kind of like making these faces, and then it's just like, oh yeah, it's her sister. Whatever, cool. Let's hear what dirt you have on her.
Yeah, like
great.
he made it seem like she was just a part of the family.
He'll be a good
And then
brother-in-law.
You don't hurt my sister.
Oh my god, that was with Wolfie.
Wolfie, he came in.
When he was like, I will find you.
Yeah.
I was like waiting for like the Taken line. I was like, I will find you.
Newsom,
and
right?
I will kill you.
Totally
and I was
got that from that. I was like, oh, don't go there.
But I love how his face is like, oh.
Yeah.
Like immediately.
Okay.
Neats kind of had a same reaction like that also.
It was just like, oh.
She was like, like, yeah.
Okay. Good job, baby.
Now.
Go sit down. You need to sit down. It was nice. It was definitely one of those moments of like, oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
But it also makes sense because as coming from a brother or a sister or a sibling in general, that will come out at you, whether it doesn't matter who you are. I do that to my brothers all the time. Love you. But yeah, so of course we have the wedding, which I was like, girl, you were late to your own sister's wedding.
Right?
Can you not? Again, it gave me so much anxiety. I was like, no, seriously, y'all, I can't.
I was wondering why they were late, because at first I'm like, wait, is this because they were hiding? And I'm like, well, why are you late?
They were probably, she's trying to get ready.
Late.
Needs
But I like
that braid.
What wedding starts on time? Are you freaking out about that too?
Yeah, because well, one,
right on the ding.
My relatives don't know this and they never watch my show, so it's fine. But I lied on my invitations because they run on Filipino time. So technically the wedding starts at 5:30. I put on the invitations it starts at 5, so they better not be late. But it was very interesting because that church that they were at on Taylor. I used to go to that church all through college for Sunday mass. Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
It's a beautiful church.
It looks beautiful inside.
It's a beautiful church.
God.
Yeah,
Huge.
a lot of students who went to that art school that I went to would go and like draw it for sketches and stuff. It's a gorgeous church. I can't remember for the life of me what it's called, and if anyone who's from San Francisco put it in the chat. But it's gorgeous.
Can you
and
park out front just like Bug did?
You can.
Just right there.
But
they got so lucky.
They got
so lucky because most of the time there's no parking there, or I don't think you can really park right there.
Yeah, he parked like
remember.
close to the corner. I'm pretty sure that was red, and they just.
I feel like it was because in my head I was like, I think that's a red zone, but I was like, I don't remember. I haven't been there.
Paying attention to the wrong details.
It's fine. If they lose that car, card. They'll figure it
They'll
out.
get it
crap,
later,
yeah.
but yeah. Oh, and then Bug in the Bond suit.
Oh,
And it did kind of look like
He looks
Well, no,
really
he said
cool.
it's a stunt doubles suit.
Yeah.
I'm like, even that's really cool.
Yeah, especially because I mean, Bug probably was able to get it for a good price somewhere on
Yeah.
eBay. You know, did a bidding war
And
probably.
From Russia with Love was Roger Moore, I think, right?
I believe so. I can't
I think
remember.
so. Which is interesting because like he just passed not too long ago,
He did.
and it's the show timing and everything. It's just very,
It's always like on point.
Yeah.
very on point.
Grace Cathedral, thank you. Oh my God, that was gonna kill me. I could
Yeah.
not remember. Thank
There
you so
you go.
much. I love that place.
wedding
It's
scene.
so awesome. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. So the fact that everything was moving smoothly, I was just really upset with Agent Dickface. Okay, because why would you do
Ego.
that? You couldn't
Such
wait
ego.
until
You know
after.
what? If he had done it after, he might have gotten away with it.
That's true. Well,
Because-
duh. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
No,
no,
I know,
no one would have.
'cause-
Well, no, I feel like Neats would have said
it was
something.
a big scene like this, and then
Yeah.
that prompted everyone to be on a heightened level. I think.
And there
course.
happened to have been a
And,
congresswoman there. Right?
you know,
Just
I love
stands
when she
up,
was like,
I'm a congresswoman. I was like,
But you know,
random.
if they were outside, like maybe to the side by themselves, he could have
Oh, he
easily
could have just
snapped
Oh yeah,
Down.
and left.
totally.
Yeah.
But I think it would have been interesting because maybe Neats could have said something the dad could have followed or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think he could have gotten more likely away with it if he had waited outside. But
Oh yeah, but I think it would have been really
Ah.
funny to see. No,
Yeah.
the scene
He was just trying
needed.
to. Yeah, he
The
was
scene was very needed. and
from Russia for Love was Connery.
Thank you.
I can't keep track.
I can't
there's
keep track of
so
them.
many,
I've
but
seen
yeah.
a lot of them, but
Yeah.
I have, yeah.
But yeah, him storming in, I was like,
I was so
Just seeing him
upset.
sitting outside in the car, I was like, do not do this.
No,
on
I
this
definitely
day.
thought he was gonna
Come
at least
on.
wait. I thought he was gonna
Yeah.
at least
No,
wait.
I knew he was gonna rush it because he's
Yeah.
a dick. He's always been a dick.
Yeah, well, duh. Like
do
it's
not
been
like
so. No, he's
Psycho.
obsessed.
He's obsessed,
Absolutely
ego-driven,
obsessed.
yeah.
Yes.
And that's why I thought it was interesting because even Tegan was like, "I thought you said that we it
Yeah,
was taken
ego.
care of.
He's done.
Like you were dead. Like
Yeah.
that's what we did." But that's what kind of triggered for me. I was like, I don't think he has what he
anything.
thinks that he
Yeah.
has.
He probably
He's just-
hasn't even checked through it. He's like, oh, they came out of hiding. I found them, and like
Yeah.
he probably hasn't even looked for his
Yep.
warrant.
He probably hasn't even. He was just like, "Oh, they came out of hiding. I have to find them."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that was it. And he just grabbed a team, and they were just like, "Oh, we're idiots, idiots."
Neats wins Girlfriend of the Year award.
Yeah.
Every episode needs. Not even this one.
No, but
like
this one speaking out in front of everybody
she
and
doesn't
like
care.
stepping up. No, I know, but like it's still like,
Yeah.
she will
Loves
fight.
her.
She will fight to the end.
yes,
For,
you are
for
not
Nomi's
taking
love.
my girl kind of moment.
I love it. She's like, "You take your hands off her." I was like, "You get it, Neats."
It's not even the best part
yes.
of the
Oh,
scene, though.
And
No.
then
Finally, go
Yeah,
for it.
it was.
please.
It was. This is the
Sad.
part, yeah, obviously where I was like dying. So pretty much, one, mom needed to just step back.
Oh.
One, I was like, shut.
Screw her.
Finally he put her in her place.
Yeah,
Janet. Is
yeah,
her name?
Janet,
Yes.
which reminded me of Rocky Horror, like
Yes.
immediately.
God, I was
like,
so
damn it,
annoyed
Janet.
with her. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, where he was like, calm yourself. Yeah, I think it was Janet or
Finally.
Juliet.
Yeah.
And then pretty much when he grabbed her after he realized he didn't have the warrant, he was like, "Get your hands off my daughter." And I was like,
Yeah, when I heard that, my ears perked. I was like,
what? And, yeah.
Yes.
And of course, like he left and everything was fine. And then immediately when Neats was like, "You okay?" He's never called me daughter before.
That's awesome.
And just waterworks, waterfalls, all
Happy
of the
tears.
things.
But
Oh,
even
happy
his like
tears.
pull yourself together. Even that was like sweet.
that was really
It
sweet.
was.
Because
Yeah.
it
Back up
could have
there.
been worse. He could have been like, "Get it together," like like
he
kind of
had to,
mean.
like,
No, he was like,
pull
"Pull yourself together."
We're good. Let's
for the
move
rest
on.
of it.
Yes.
But I love that even like Tegan was ready. She was even in her wedding dress. She was like, "I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have to figure something out." And
Yeah.
it was just really awesome. And the fiance kind of was like smiling at the end there. I was like,
You know, it's a show for the audience.
Yeah.
In a
Oh,
way.
yeah, it was
like
great.
all the people. A couple people in chat all do agree that I'm a congresswoman and nothing happening with
Absolutely
that.
nothing. Yeah.
yeah, it
It's a
was
little weird.
It was a little weird, but I think they were just trying to hype it up at
Yeah.
that point in time.
Yeah.
Which was fine. I liked that if you listen or if you look into the crowd when Neats is talking to people were nodding and like agreeing
saw
with
it,
it.
yeah,
I
yeah.
thought that was kind of cool, and I was like, all right, we're getting some people on board. I mean, Mom's a little upset, but who cares about what she thinks? But yeah, so then we finished the wedding. We didn't get to see what happened after, but you can tell that things were going her way.
Wait, and walking down the aisle with Sun.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
Sun
I was
came
like,
in.
what am I forgetting?
Yes!
So yeah,
Yeah.
when I wrote it down
so
here,
excited.
Yeah, what was
where
the quote?
the guy
How
was
much do
like,
you want me
"Nice
to
rack
hurt?"
for a dude," and I immediately was like, "I'm gonna barf. You're so gross." And of course, I felt bad because I was like, "Please, Nomi, don't talk out loud if you're talking to Sun," and she was,
Yeah.
which
Well,
is
they've done both where it's like
it's in your head
I think
and
it was
also
in her.
out
It was
loud.
in her head,
Yeah.
but they're showing it for us.
Yeah, which is
no,
totally
but he heard it.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like it was
Oh.
out loud. Like that's why he was
Because
like.
Oh,
talk
yeah,
themselves.
Yeah, he's like, people talk out loud, you know, it's
Yeah, 'cause
because
he's
like
a
they don't get enough
dick.
attention or whatever.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, you can hurt him a little bit. And she cracked that finger back. It looked painful.
Oh, I liked how Sun's like, can I hurt him? No.
Yeah, I love
Wait,
that.
a little bit.
Just a
No,
little
her
bit.
just like, did he just say what I think? He did?
Yeah, I love
Go,
that line.
Sun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because I mean, she supports everybody that's
I know,
in this group,
but it was
I love
still
that. She's
like-
like, that's gross. And I love that she was able to stand up for her.
Yes.
That was
Yeah.
really
It was
nice.
so good.
Also, I was like, I wonder how your finger feels now, buddy. And also, you can't get laid
Sulking
after.
off,
So,
yeah.
but yeah, so that was really awesome. I can't wait to hopefully see more of that later. I'm assuming that we probably won't see Tegan for the rest of the season,
Probably not.
which is fine.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed that we got that with no
glad.
We got to step up for her.
Yeah,
That's
and
what
the
she needed
dad's
to win.
family.
moving
yeah.
progressively forward
She
in a
needed to
good
win,
way.
and I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
So now we're getting into a part of the story where it gets a little bit sad. So Will and Riley. So I might need a little bit of help from my panel here because
Yeah.
my feed was cutting in and out, so I couldn't my internet kept going out.
Okay.
So there were some
no.
bits and pieces of Will and
Okay.
Riley's story while they were looking for Carol that I
Okay.
missed. And even when I tried to rewind, it just my Netflix was
What
just shut
part
down.
did you?
Gotcha.
So I got to the part where they found Carol.
Okay.
Or they're breaking the house.
Oh,
Yeah, they broke.
okay.
They
Man,
broke
his-
into
Did you
the-
get to go into the basement?
I
Did you see what happened in the basement?
yes, I did. I saw the
Okay.
lab.
The lab.
The secret side room.
Yeah. Okay. I wrote like,
So-
what's with this Harry Potter-ness happening in
I
the
know,
secret
right?
room?
Well, I at first thought it was like a prison for Raul, but then there was no body in there, so I thought that was strange.
Yeah,
well, no,
that's
Raul's dead.
I know, but I thought there would have been a body in there.
something. Not Raul's body, but somebody else's
Somebody's
body in
body.
there. Because it
Why
looked like they were
would it be
hiding
somebody
people in there.
else's-
I
Because
don't
it felt
know.
like a prison.
No, because what that part is that's where he's like what's the word when you get your brain?
He's been lobotomized.
Lobotomized,
Yeah,
so they're
so
just
he
putting
doesn't
him in
really
there.
function. So it's just like, all right, here, lay
Yeah.
down and sleep.
Yeah.
That's just his room. That's where he stays.
Yeah, so the Harry Potter room, pretty much
Yeah.
in my
Yeah.
head. So yeah, it skipped from them doing a B&E, which I love that. I love that Diego is so part of this
He's
story
so
now.
good.
So
It's
knows
so funny
his
that he's like, I
friends,
bet
too.
you Officer Gorski's gonna be like,
Run back.
Yep.
Yep.
Very
All right.
predictable.
Yeah.
But I love that. Yeah. So it.
And he's
kinda-
like, we're going to this creepy house, and you just said a guy named Whispers.
Yeah.
Thanks,
You really
thanks,
saying that?
guys. Yeah.
Not to go too much further before that, when
Mm.
they found out about the like the what was it when we found out who she was?
Yeah.
She was talking to Diego, and he's like, "Is Will here again? You talking to Will?" And she's like, "No,
No, I'm talking to you."
That I thought I was like, "Oh, that was nice. That was a good moment right there."
Yeah.
Yep.
That was fun.
I like that. But yeah, go ahead. No, let's go back. Let's.
Yeah, so pretty much, yeah. So it skipped from them breaking into the glass and then
Yeah.
it cut to the basement.
I
That's
was
what
a
happened.
little
So I didn't know if I
unclear-
missed anything in between.
You
on
missed
our
like maggots on a
timeline.
steak.
Ew, gross.
Yeah, it wasn't much.
The what?
The
It was
maggots,
like maggots
on
on
steak.
a
Oh,
steak.
yeah.
I apparently missed that.
I guess.
So,
Gross.
clarify for
Yeah.
me,
Yeah.
viewers too, of timeline. So she met this woman in the basement of the church.
Yes.
And it's the woman who's the body in the house.
Yes.
Yes.
How long has she been dead in the house? I don't feel
Well,
know.
that's
that's well. It
established.
takes.
I mean,
I used to know how long it took for maggots to form. I mean, there was like sizable maggots on that steak, so
Yeah.
and the
So probably
steak looked like
weeks?
a week or two,
Okay.
maybe.
Because I mean, it's taken her a while to look through the photos. We can't assume it's been a couple
Right.
days, but at first I'm kind of like,
but it's
Wouldn't the
been a
body
day or two?
smell?
she was in the water.
Oh, that's true.
yeah. But here's the
forget.
thing: what I don't understand is she's a missing person.
So why
Yeah.
didn't anybody?
Why was she at her house? If she's a missing person,
Oh, that's weird.
or is that somebody else's house?
Or maybe she was missing and then she came back and then
She
they
had
killed
to.
her.
Yes.
She had to have come back.
That had to be a reason because
She had to
she
have
can't be a
come back.
missing person
I
and
would
then
say
nobody
she was
checked.
gone and then came back.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. so
Random
we-
side
go
note.
for it.
Do we have it?
Yeah, the Algama. Yeah, sorry, we're having trouble with that name. Diego is the side character from season 1. I didn't know how much. Didn't know I missed so much.
Yeah, seriously, I forgot about him in the second season, and
No,
he
I
came
knew,
back.
I knew about him in the first season. I just didn't know that he was going to be a huge
The
part
side
of
characters
this.
have gotten even better.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I
But yeah.
like that.
He's done a great job. with
So
that.
then,
I feel like even though we might not be getting season 3, it's sad because I really wanted to see more of Diego
Yeah.
Yeah.
in this show, but it's okay. But anyway, so yeah,
how long?
yeah, not
has
much
she been
happened.
dead?
I think they went.
they went to the lab
went
and we found out,
downstairs, yeah,
and
and
then
then-
we came back up because they saw Jonas in the mirror with her and and then
And
yeah,
does
and
that
then,
mean he
and-
was physically there too?
yeah.
No, I think that was a flashback memory.
Yes.
Just like
Okay.
we got with.
Yeah, it was a
Angela.
flashback. He wasn't actually there. It was a
Yeah.
it was a memory that they were remembering
Gotcha.
He's
her
on
taking her
blockers
pills.
now or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that was where the triggering moment was, where she was in the bathtub and she was like cutting
Okay,
herself with the pills and stuff.
Yeah,
I was like,
it was a little
"Ugh."
creepy.
What's up?
Baruch sorry if I said it wrong, said she was working for BPO,
Yes.
Clovey. Maybe
Yes.
after she decided to meet Riley, she ran away and Clovey reported her missing.
Yeah, which makes sense. Like, I can see her maybe trying to run for her life because she met up with Riley, and then eventually, obviously,
I guess
crap
that
happened.
makes sense because she had the blockers too,
Yeah.
and BPO produces those. So
Yep.
Okay.
It might have been actually just within
I
this
just
past
thought
2
she
weeks.
had like left BPO a long time ago and had been
I
on
felt
a
that
run.
too, so I was
the way
like,
they
how long
concocted
she been
it.
there?
Yeah. So
I don't know. I
But-
mean, I know that there's a lot because that's why it felt like there was a lot of an information dump in this episode with
Sure.
Will and Riley,
So
especially because
much.
when we get to the end, it was like it's not like I completely forgot about Carol, but it like my priorities went straight to Will and his father right after. You know what I mean? So anyway, the fact that like the one thing that creeped me out the entire time was with Carol with her mouth open. That was too much. I was like,
Yeah.
really,
didn't need to
Sensei,
do
you
that.
didn't have to do that.
Makes sense,
Also
though.
in the chat, Baruch says, I think he was actually there, referring to Jonas, because they have access to Angelica's memories, not Jonas's. And Riley and Diego would not have known that Jonas was
But
there.
that doesn't make sense because
No.
if
Unless
Jonas,
he was there
Riley
physically.
has access to the memories.
Someone else, and then Amalgamon says, for me, it was implied that Jonas made that woman kill herself.
Yeah,
kind of
that's
like
what-
how
Yeah,
we
it's like a
explained to
whisper
Riley why
thing.
Angelica
Yeah.
called Milton Whispers. Yeah.
So that's why I think it's more recent that she died
Yeah.
because the fact that Jonas.
Yeah.
I mean, can't be within 2 days because
8
maggots
to
don't
20
form.
hours.
That
Oh,
seems-
for maggots? Or wait, what am I
like she
talking about?
Maggots?
died recently.
Well, because I mean, if it was Jonas
I
doing
guess
that because
so.
he's being controlled by whispers, it would make sense to do it within 24 hours, but that wouldn't explain the food. Unless
Why
we're
there's
just,
Someone
a
said
steak
8 to 20
there
hours.
And, yeah, that's. So
Maybe
what?
it's been like 2 days.
I'm gonna say 2
It had to
days.
been 2 days.
Let's
I'm
do
gonna
2
go
days.
with a couple days
Yeah.
because a
Because
month
tech-
felt too long.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say a couple days because that makes sense because Jonas
Yeah.
went
Yeah.
rogue in 2 days
Yeah.
or maybe a week at this point in time. I don't really know how much
Yeah.
time has passed us. I'm sorry that we're all over the place on this. I just want to make sure we have our information correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously at this point, we figured that out. It was so scary, and then we get the call about Will's dad, which I was a little worried about because Will's not there, and it's just Riley. So I as soon as his cop buddies were like, "Who are you and why are you here?" When they said that it was one of Will's friends, I didn't know if it was going to connect, and it did. Really beautifully
Yeah.
with how the dad just was able to kind of see Will, and it was just like,
Oh, yeah.
whoa, it was just so cool and also really sad, but like it was just really nice that we were able to have that last moment. But I don't think the sadness really hit me until I saw Will by himself on the cot.
Really?
Oh, no, that kid.
No, the kid.
No, I mean, no, the
Oh,
kid.
the snot.
No,
too.
I-
I was
like,
like,
the-
What got me was
oh.
when they were playing baseball.
Yeah.
No.
And he's like, Dad, don't go. Like, that was.
No, that kid, like I put in my notes, I was like, that kid needs an Emmy or something. I had goosebumps. Like, he was
getting
amazing.
right now,
but I
yeah.
guess because as a person who's lost
Him being
somebody,
all alone.
he was all alone. He couldn't actually physically be there with his dad.
Yeah.
That's what hits me the most.
Sure.
Very
I mean,
hard.
emotionally wise, to watch, that was hard. But to
yeah.
actually feel from what Will was going through, yeah, that is something
Yeah.
I would never. I've been through, and it
Yeah.
sucks. So it's
I'm so glad he saw it. Like, he.
that he was
I mean,
able
he
to see
wasn't-
Will. I mean,
Yeah.
it was rough. But I was worried about his dad this entire time because I didn't know if we were just going to completely just surpass and
Right.
not have dad come back. But I like that we have that kind of little closure. I guess, it was
Sure,
It was,
yeah.
The fact that she was in Chicago, we couldn't revisit him.
Yeah,
You
know, like that's why I'm glad that we did it.
Yeah.
Wrapped
I mean,
it
not
up.
that he died, but just
Right.
we
Yeah.
had that scene.
Yeah,
it was intense.
I was happily surprised and not surprised that it worked, that he could see him.
Right?
Because I kind of wondered that like, I mean, we've had side characters be like, you're acting different, you're acting strange, but I kind of wondered, like, how well you would actually kind of see somebody else through that and notice, like,
Yeah.
everything about you just changed.
Well, you know
Yeah.
what's
You know?
interesting? I
True.
don't know if you guys picked up on this. When he came in and when Riley came in and sat down, and she grabs his hand.
He was like,
no. There
Oh, he
was a
smiled
brief
at
moment.
first.
He smiled
Smiled.
because it was Will's hand.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, this is Will. And then he was, oh, you're not Will. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
and I
like-
was like, oh my God, that's so cool how like
Yeah.
he knows his son's touch
Yeah.
so well.
Yeah. And it was just really nice to see all the flashbacks too of when we first met his
Yeah.
dad and on the
Oh,
boat with
my
the
God,
fireworks.
the
Like it was
fireworks.
just because that was when we were first starting to get to know Will and
Yeah.
his dad.
Oh,
Technically, what's up?
It was mentioned in the first episode that DMT opens sensate connections and that it's a drug that's released in you when you
When you
give
die.
birth and when you're dying. So the connection was probably actually happening.
That makes sense.
That makes perfect sense.
It makes
actually.
perfect sense, and it just seems like those would be the right times to really connect with someone who
Yeah.
had no idea that you were going through this. Like it just
Yeah.
And he was birthed from him, so I mean, he
Yeah,
has
it-
to have something in him.
Yes.
It's like a recessiveness that he doesn't have the ability to have a cluster or whatnot. But I'm sure in depth
Connection.
it
Sure.
opened up somewhere.
No, I think that it was as sad as it was the perfect way for him to get closure with his
Emily
dad.
Roll says the memory and Will crying alone was so sad.
That's what I'm saying.
Beautifully
It was.
edited too,
It was.
between like the real
But,
room
you know,
and the kid,
Yeah.
and then
Kid,
back into the
oh.
God.
But when he was on the phone saying dad, and he was just all you couldn't see his face or anything. He
Nope.
was just a shadow. It was just.
It was that entire scene was so beautifully shot.
It was hard
and
to
again,
watch.
it was just I was also ugly snot crying the
Yeah.
entire
Oh, and then
time.
that was the last scene too. I'm like,
Oh yeah, and then there was no music.
What?
There was no
It was
music
quiet,
after.
and I was just- I was
oh, it's like no,
That's not the way it ended.
But it's okay because I feel like the next episode we're gonna get a lot of stuff done.
Oh, yeah.
Especially because we only have,
we have
two episodes
left. We have to get
Yeah.
a lot.
So I mean, I know that we already there's apparently a cliffhanger at the end of this season, which we've known for quite some time now. So, but I feel like it'll be one of those like, we got this, you know,
Yeah.
especially because now Will's gonna be more encouraged, I guess, to really get stuff done.
oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
More motivated.
Determined, yes.
Because he's gonna be like, I couldn't be with my father when he died because of you.
See, I was kind of thinking Will's gonna shut down.
No.
No, because
That's
I'd
not
have
Will's
it would be
character.
so much anger of like I couldn't have been with my father. I could have been
Because
with
of
him
whispers.
because of you.
It's because
Yeah.
it's your fault that I missed my dad's
Kind of
death.
similar to when he
Yeah.
like wanted to rush into Whisper's house.
Yep.
He's like, we're here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That makes more
So
sense.
yeah,
I
Will's
can
not the
totally
type
see
of guy
that,
to close up like Leto.
We didn't really talk about too how he had a couple of whisper
Oh yes, go ahead.
visions.
Yeah.
And that was
Yeah,
interesting
with the
because
secretary, yeah, right? Mr. Secretary?
yeah,
That's
because
what he was
trying to
calling
get to
him.
the next person above
Oh,
that.
Mr. Secretary. Yeah.
and he was saying that
This is all because of me.
yeah, this wouldn't exist without me. I was like, all right,
So
buddy, we
strict.
get it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very. I don't really know what we're doing with Whispers at this point, besides just seeing
Yes.
blurbs of him. So I'm assuming that these next two episodes are going to be Whisper heavy. Is
Yeah.
what I'm assuming.
Could be. They
So-
did just kill him.
I agree.
would love to see that.
Kill him.
Quick round of
Horrible,
predictions because we
horrible
only have a couple minutes left. Let's do it.
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
All
I
right,
would love
how
it
do
if
we
they
feel?
just killed
Ooh,
Whispers.
ooh,
But I don't know if they will.
I mean, you
Go
never
ahead.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna get to have a story wrapping up with Raj and Kala. Find
Yes.
out what's in that box. Hopefully,
What's
it's
in
not
the
a bomb.
box?
Hopefully, it's not a bomb.
I don't think so.
No, yeah.
I think it's going to be evidence.
And then what else? Riley's gonna console Will, like, cause she was on her way back already. Like, wasn't Will saying like, "Hey, you kinda
No,
gotta
she
come back?
No.
wanted more blockers to come back, but he didn't feel that she had enough. It was safely for her to travel back.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So not yet.
So
Not
yeah,
yet.
there's still.
But Call is possibly making some.
She is making some.
Yes, and
Well,
there's-
that's why
have
he
to
was like,
test.
it's not ready yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we need
Gotcha.
faster.
But I also feel like this box. I don't think she's gonna wait until Raja.
Oh,
gets
no.
there. No.
No.
Like no. I think curiosity killed the cat. She's gonna open that up, and it's gonna
No.
have the evidence that you and I talked about, and it's just gonna ruin their marriage.
Yeah.
And then she'll
Which
go
is
running
okay.
to
She'll go to
Wolfie.
Wolfie. So maybe it could be
Wolfie will come
something
to
good.
India.
I'm happy with that.
I mean, yeah, I'm
okay with that.
I'm just also scared for her safety in general.
Sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, at least with Kala,
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with Cap in this situation. I feel like his life is going to be in danger a little bit. I feel like everyone's life is going to be in danger.
Well,
at
he
this
has a
point.
rally
always.
coming up. They were
Yes,
talking
he has a
about,
rally.
so-
We have. I think Nomi's the only one I'm actually okay with right now. Right now, just
Yeah.
because he
Not
can't come.
life threatening. Right.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like he can't come back. He can try and try to do
There's
like the
nothing.
whole like
He can't do
kidnap. But no,
anything.
I mean he could try to go under the books like he was already. Because if he's
Oh,
already
yeah,
starting,
he's got a
he
little
might just
range with
kidnap
that.
her, and it just could be just terribleness
Yeah.
after that. Because
Yeah.
I think he's just kind of cracking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At this point, but yeah, I feel like no one is safe now. Like I thought, like people were like, yeah, we're okay. Like Kala was kind of like, nah, we'll see how life goes. But I feel like now everybody's life is in danger in these
Except
next
for
two
Leto.
episodes.
Leto's going to
And
Hollywood.
yeah, you know, Leto's going to Hollywood.
Leto's going to
So,
Hollywood.
all right.
No, that might put his life in danger.
No, don't say
Please,
that.
Come on. Why are you-
Maybe just his career life will be in
Yeah.
danger. But he's the only one I'm like positive. We need him to get a win.
Yes.
He needs a win. He's been down.
But yeah, but I'm positive we will be back next week talking about episode
will.
10. And thank you guys so much for hanging out with us again. Don't forget to go to iTunes, give us some ratings. We're definitely going to read some reviews next week. We didn't have time today, but it's totally fine. Tell us where the beautiful people of the interwebs can find you.
Me?
Yes,
My name
Rhoda.
is Zach Silverman. You can find me all across the interweb at Zach with the CH Silverman 2 and at my website, thezachsilverman.com.
Nice.
Almost forgot
So,
about that
you're like,
one. What is it? Yeah.
my name is Kari Lane. You can find me online at Kari D Lane, and then I will be at Anime Expo this weekend. Anime Expo, there we go. I'm like,
Yep.
I can't talk.
I knew
Yes.
what you meant.
And Box Office Breakdown Sunday nights at 10, where we talk about when movies come out. Oh, tomorrow night we're doing a Comic-Con show called The Con Guys. or the con guys.
Yes, the con guys.
I did their one last week where we talk, or not last week, their last one. We talk about Comic-Con preparation, all kind of stuff like that. So make sure to tune in. That's tomorrow night at 10, I think.
Cool.
And then Winona Earp on Sundays at 3.
Woo! Definitely check out Joelle Monique. She's all over the interwebs at Joelle Monique, and definitely check her articles out at blackgirlnerds.com. She's doing a bunch of stuff there, so you should definitely check it out. It's really good content. You can find me, Alexis Torres, all over the interwebs at atorres890. I am doing this show on Mondays, Robots in Disguise Tuesdays, Sundays with this beautiful lady from Winona Earp. Also on Sundays we have Jedi Alliance. We are going to be doing a watch along of, I believe, The Force Awakens. I hope I got that correct.
Oh, wow.
That's at 1 p.m. next Sunday, so definitely check that out. And then we have a special guest later on for our actual show at 8 p.m. for Jedi Alliance on Popcorn Talk Network. Guys, thank you. So guys and gals and non-binary pals,
Thank
we
you.
will see you guys next week. Be safe.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.